Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about my personal graduate school sexual assault story, which is something that I have not shared publicly really at all, mainly because it happened about a year ago, so it's still pretty recent. I am 22 years old, getting my master's at Florida Atlantic University, and I'm also a victim advocate for survivors of any type of violence, including sexual assault. And even while being a victim advocate, I want people to know that you can still get assaulted. And that's just the truth of the matter. And there's no one that's exempt from becoming a victim of sexual assault. And that is really sad, but true. And so today I want to share my story to hopefully help others who have experienced a lot of just different re-victimizations after having already been sexually abused as a child even. And basically my story, if you haven't heard my story before, I was sexually abused as a kid from ages 3 to 11. And then I moved to Kansas City, Missouri, and once I was living there, when I was 15 years old, I was sextorted online for 92 days consecutively. And then after that, I thought that my victimizations were done, that nothing else bad would ever happen to me. But unfortunately, when that court case closed, when I was in my freshman year of college, my second semester, I was raped in my dorm room by an acquaintance. And so I share all of these stories to really just give light to the gravity and the depth of this really difficult, awful experience that a lot of people go through. Statistics say that 1 in 3 women and 1 in 6 men experience sexual violence or sexual abuse or assault. That is why I do what I do, because I want to help other survivors. So I'm in graduate school for social work, so I am working to become licensed so that I can be a therapist and also work as a victim advocate on higher levels in hospitals or police stations or anything like that. So I went out to the bars with my friends one night, and I was 21 years old, so I was of age, and went to the bars with my roommates, and one of them left early, the other one stayed with me. And we were having drinks at the bar, having a great time, laughing, and then someone that I had matched with on Bumble ended up showing up at the bar a little bit later after he found out that I was at this specific bar because I was messaging with him through Snapchat. And he showed up at the bar and was very, very clearly extremely intoxicated, and he came over to me and was like very touchy, and I had only ever hung out with this person twice, so I knew him but I didn't know him well, and he was friends with my roommates and also with their boyfriends, and so I felt that I should feel comfortable in this situation, but he was making me feel very uncomfortable. And he came up from behind me and grabbed my waist and was touching my body, and I had not consented for him to do so. And so I felt very uncomfortable. There were other friends that we were there with who very much noticed this and asked if I was okay, and I said yes, and that I could deal with it, and talked to him and was like, hey, really drunk, you should leave. He did not listen to me. Instead, he stayed, and I got away from him for a little bit, and my roommate started talking to him, and then he ended up coming over to me again, and he forced me to drink his drink and then also finish my own drink. And after that, he attempted to kiss me. I moved my head, and then he did it again later on. And my roommate saw this and slapped him. And so he got mad and left that bar and went to another bar in the area with my roommate's boyfriends, and we ended up leaving the bar that we were at a little bit later, and my roommate wanted to go to that bar where her boyfriend was, and I didn't want to leave her alone, so I agreed and I walked with her, and we went to this other bar, and unfortunately we ran into this guy yet again, and he was very persistent and continued to touch me, and I would say no and stop and wouldn't really listen, was very drunk, kind of incoherent in some ways, slurred speech, all of those easily detectable signs of being really drunk. And I tried to keep my distance from him, but he came over to me and tried to kiss me again, and I slapped him across the face, and then he got really angry and called me, and I just started laughing because I was in disbelief that I was called that when I was being assaulted. But a lot of predators do that, and it's really unfortunate that he then called me a slut, and I couldn't help but laugh about that because it was so ridiculous. But I had experienced sexual assaults many times before, and I have been a victim advocate at a hospital before and a victim advocate at a attorney's office, so I have seen a lot of survivors of sexual assault and worked with them, and then also have seen a lot of perpetrators. While I wasn't surprised at what happened, I was very angry because that should never happen to anyone, especially when your life's work is to end sexual violence, which is all I do. So I was very infuriated, and he 100% chose the wrong person. No one's the right person to choose to sexually assault, but if he could have chosen anyone, I don't think he would have thought to choose a sexual assault victim advocate, but there it was. And yeah, I was disappointed with my friends because I was left alone for a period of time after the bar closed, grabbed me and put me in his lap and was touching me, and I looked at one of the girls that was around me that was a friend of my friends, and she asked if I was okay, and I shook my head, and she went and got her boyfriend, and he put a stop to it. So I'm really grateful for that guy. But these kinds of things happen all the time, and I think a lot of the time people don't take them seriously. And even recently I saw him at a bar, because I'm 22 years old, I still live in the same area, I still go to that college, and I still go out with my friends from time to time, and I've seen him on multiple occasions. It is just a part of being a survivor and experiencing these types of awful acts by people who should know better. So I ended up, when I got home, I was a mess and cried in my room, could not fall asleep for a very long time. The next day was also a mess. The next day was also a mess. And my roommates were concerned, and my parents were concerned, because a big thing for me is once I experience a re-victimization, it brings back all of my other victimizations back up to the forefront of my mind. And so it really intensified everything that I had just experienced, because I wasn't just dealing with what had just happened. I was dealing with every trauma that I've been through. So that was really difficult. I just wanted to make this video to help people feel less alone. And that's really my goal in all of the work that I do. So thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate it, and I hope that this was able to help you. Bye.